So I'm here with Dave Hamilton of America's Future Series. Really excited to announce this partnership between Cold Star Technologies and the American Future Series. Dave, why don't you talk a little bit about the values of America's Future Series, because it's something that I believe in 100% from our talk and from the work I've seen you do.
Well, Jason, thanks for having me, and I'm really excited as well about us collaborating this way. We do have a lot of shared values and interests. So the America's Future Series mission is to make America a stronger, more noble, and more generous country, right? And it's kind of hard to argue with those things, right? It's, how can we believe that America needs to remain the strongest military, political, and economic power in the world, along with its allies. So we're America with, not America alone, kind of philosophy. Um, and all of that boils down ultimately to U.S. global competitiveness and national security issues, right? So this speaker series and think tank was created about 13 years ago, in 2010, with support from Ross Perot Sr., T. Boone Pickens, Randall Stevenson of AT&T, and Herb Kelleher. These kind of guys, they wanted a nonpartisan speaker series where people could talk about issues impacting U.S. global competitiveness, national security, et cetera. And a lot of that has to do with innovation, advanced technology staying ahead of our near peer competitors, this sort of thing. We believe that we've been slipping. People have been saying the Chinese are coming. The Chinese are coming. Well, we would now say the Chinese are here, and they have actually outstripped us in many critical ways, and we become too dependent on them and things like that. So, this is all about America being independent, being strong, supporting business, et cetera. And again, with a special focus on nonpartisanship. I tend to believe that partisanship is the single existential threat we face. That if we can't figure out a way to get together and work together and collaborate, et cetera, if we are tearing each other apart, we're doing the work of our enemies. And so we focus a great deal on finding about unity, et cetera, and how can people collaborate and work together. And so you'll never hear us say Democrat, Republican. You'll never hear us say left, right, any of that kind of stuff, et cetera, right? We talk about policy and not politics.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a little bit about us, and I know that those are a lot of the key things that that we have in common that you value, and so really excited for us to have a collaboration and a partnership and help promote each other.
Excellent, excellent. Well, what can people expect? I guess I'll be talking about America's Future Series just a little bit in my show, the Cold Star Project. I've got your links up on my websites, and so people can go there and find out more about you and the series that you're doing from my end.
Well, that's great. Well, see, there's like 3 or 4 things that you and I've talked about. I think that people will see coming up. One is when you're doing your podcast, your interviews, we're going to help put some top spin on those and expose our network to those. So try to get broader reach on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, things like that, et cetera. So we want to help people hear your message and the message of the guests that you bring on. Secondly, when we have our events, you and I envision you interviewing some people during them, right?
Mm-hmm.
That collectively we recruit some prominent business, government, military, investment, et cetera, leaders to join us, and you would interview those folks, and then jointly we will be promoting those. So we're broadening our audience, and we've done a lot of that lately. So, for example, we just honored Jeff Bezos on November 1st and 2nd of last year. And that event was a 2-day long virtual summit. It's called our Cyberland Air, Sea, and Space Summit. We could see you interviewing some folks during that kind of a program. And because we give our content to others, we just give it away and let people put it out there as much as possible. We had a little over 167,000 unique viewers over that 2-day program, right? So the idea is to help get greater exposure and leverage, let people and reach for your programs. Whether it's you're participating in one of those or it's one of your podcasts, and we're going to help each other. Oh, I know this guy or this gal, she's great. You ought to have her come be on your show. So those are, I think, maybe I'm missing something, but I think those are the primary things that we're thinking about doing in terms of how our partnership will be working out.
Right. I think it's really great. I've already started reaching out to some of you about the possibility of being guests on the America's Future Series events as a speaker. So expect me to do that. I did include in my LinkedIn profile that we're now a promotional partner for the America's Future Series. So if you get a message from me, it's not just about Cold Star, the Cold Star Project. This is also included now.
Ditto. Same for
Yeah,
us. So
yeah.
we'll be trying to spread Cold Star's messages, et cetera. Now we do have an event coming up as part of South by Southwest that you've been reaching out to some people about, and that's great. That is going to be the 2 or 3 day virtual summit with some people live, sort of a hybrid in South by Southwest. We'll have some people stop by at our mobile studio, sit down and do an interview, et cetera. And that is our a national security dual use technology summit. So anyone who is a non-traditional technology firm, any of the big boys, et cetera, that want to participate. We get the more prominent defense industry leaders to join us, as well as the small startups, et cetera. VCs, angels, even private equity firms like KKR, et cetera. We'll have General Petraeus there, General Alexander. We're going to honor Secretary Chertoff with this Radigi Award and in the name of Lieutenant General Harry Radigi, and that's for technological innovation in national security. We'll have some other prominent people there as well, and we're looking forward to that. We're looking forward to collaborating with you on that.
Right, right. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. You guys have also got the Heidi Lamar Award that you're
Yeah,
able to award. It's very, very exciting. That's a person I would have liked to have met.
yeah,
That would be
yeah.
a lot of fun.
So a
All
lot of
right.
people may not know who Hedy Lamarr is, and I'll
Yeah.
just do the
Mm,
2 second version. Hedy Lamarr
yeah.
was the most famous actress of her day, considered the most beautiful woman in the world.
Mhm.
She escaped Nazi Germany, came to America during World War II, and not only was she a great actress, but she and a composer, Patton was in his name, but she was the creator of signal hopping, the
Mhm.
technology that enabled us to keep the Germans from jamming our radio controlled torpedoes, which ultimately became Wi-Fi, GPS, Bluetooth, and these sorts of things. And so she's sort of an unsung hero in science and technology. And she helped Howard Hughes design jets and things like that. So we're planning an event where we're going to honor another unsung hero, a missile defense expert, a cyber expert, a national security expert, who was also the lead guitarist for the Doobie Brothers and
Mhm.
Steely Dan, Jeff Skunk Baxter, and we're hoping, don't quote us, but we're hoping that Johnny Depp will come and play his song that he wrote in Hetty's honor, but that's a definite maybe at this point. But stay tuned for that.
Right, right. Yeah, always very interesting events. I was and my assistant Maya, we were at the class event last year. You just get to see these folks who sometimes are hard to get to, right? And hear their voices, hear what they're thinking about national security and the growth of America and what we're going to do for the future. So, Dave, I'm looking forward to collaborating. It's really a pleasure to be aligned with somebody who has shared values, and thanks for doing this.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You bet.